So back on the Caddy today. So the plan is to remove the flooring, see what the damage is underneath, and obviously with the hammerite to protect it as much as possible before we carry on with the build. So the state of the floor. So we got some rust there, some rust here, there. So what I'm going to do is sweep all this out, see what's visible, and then go from there. So yeah, there's little spots of rust around, mainly by this wheel arch and that wheel arch. I've put some like rust remover on there just to try and lift it up, but I've got the wire brush on the drill. So all I'm going to do now is just go around the spots and basically just hit it with the wire brush and see how much I can get off with this. So basically with the wire brush on the drill, rubbed most of it down. So you got all these spots here, that wheel arch, all the way along the door frame, and then this wheel arch as well. Got as much and a little bit there as well. Got as much as up as that as possible as I could. And then basically I'm just going to use this rust remover gel. So basically going to paint this on all the rust spots, just to help lift up more of that rust. Let that basically set for a while, and then I'll basically get a wire brush on there again, try and get more of the rust up, try and get as much rust as possible back to bare metal, and then I will basically prime it and then spray it. So starting to look a lot better now, a lot more silver. So basically going to do, where's it going? Another coat of this, let it soak in, and then again just go around with this one. Seems to be doing a lot better job than the last one, so I'll do that. And then before I finish for the day, I want to prime it. So I want to try and get basically as much done as possible on here, get as much of the rust, get all the rust removed as much as possible, so I can at least prime it and have it covered. that's pretty much the van de-rusted. Now I'm basically going to do some hammerite red oxide primer, soak all the bare metal in this, let that set for a good couple of hours. So I was not shy with the paint. I basically got a whole pot, and I basically wanted to make sure I got every bit. That's all the areas I hit with the wire brush pretty much covered now. So it's basically now just to let this dry, and then hopefully I can just put some basically like direct the paint, or direct the metal hammerite paint on top of it. But that's pretty much that primed now and covered, so it should protect it from more rust, or from rust in the future. So that's pretty much the van sprayed, the primer. So this is basically just black direct to metal paint. So where I primed the van with all the hammerite rust primer, after I scrubbed all the rust away, primed it, which is the redness, and I basically just put another coat of paint over it. So it's basically just to improve the protection. So I've de-rusted it, primed it, completely covered it in primer, make sure every bit of silver is covered, and then just put another layer of paint over it. Again, it's just that extra protection as well. And then pretty much going forward, what I'm going to do is under the van is basically clean the underneath the van, and I'll basically de-rust the underneath and also cover that with paint as well, like a wax paint that you get like undersill paint. I will do that as well. But that's pretty much the back done. Now it is basically plywood the floor. Once this is dried, plywood the floor, carpet the walls, and then we can go from there.